Welcome to Dutchtown High School for tonight's boys soccer match, the REV Game of the Week. We are at Dutchtown High School in Geismar at Griffin Field for the game of the regular season in Ascension Parish boys soccer. It's the number 3 Santa Maria Gators taking on the number 6 Dutchtown Griffins. When we come back from our break, we should have senior night ceremonies ready to begin, and then Jolie Hartman and I will go through the game and the starting lineups and then get you to the open of today's match. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Your business is as unique as Southeast Louisiana. People, culture, family. We know what it means to be local. REV is the only communications provider with support teams that live and work in the same Louisiana communities that we serve. Customer first localism is truly in our DNA. Our promise is to bring your business the reliability and local support you deserve. We've been connecting communities in Louisiana for 85 years, and we're ready to serve you and your business. REV Business.
B.T. Chapman and A.J. Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins!
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics. Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Looking for an extraordinary education opportunity? Introducing Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program, where you can earn a high school diploma and an associate's degree from River Parish's Community College at the same time. Experience the best of both worlds as high school seamlessly blends with college coursework in a rigorous yet supportive program. Yet stay connected to your home high school through clubs, organizations, and sports. And here's the best part. Students pay no tuition or textbook costs. Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program, where your future begins today.
As a local provider, we understand the unique challenges and rewards as a Southeast Louisiana business. And we're right here with you, powering your business with local know-how and the unmatched service you deserve. Our internet and managed services are more than connectivity. They're our promise to provide the most important thing every business needs, consistency and quality. We're here to help. For a limited time, get 3 months free. REV Business. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
Welcome back to the REV game of the week. Dutchtown High School, the home of the Dutchtown Griffins, who are the home team tonight. They're 10-3-4 on the season. They're unbeaten in district, 2-0, and ranked number 6 in Division I boys soccer. They're the underdogs tonight as they're taking on Santa Monica. You look at their record. They're 16-1-1, an outstanding season so far for Santa Monica's boys team. They are also unbeaten in district and number 3 in the state Division I boys power ranking. So this is a top 6 matchup and a big game for both teams. There's also a third unbeaten team also in the top 6. That's Denham Springs. They're unbeaten in district and at number 5. So basically what's at stake tonight is the winner. If we do have a victory tonight, the winner is in good shape for a district title if they can beat Denham Springs when they meet. The loser tonight, if a team does lose, will need some help for a district title. Neither of these teams has played Denham Springs yet. I'm Jeff Porsche, and Jolie Hartman will be joining us. And you can see the balloons down there at midfield. We talked about this a while ago. It's senior night here at Dutchtown High School for the boys soccer team. The two teams are still warming up, as you see the balloon display right there, and the parents about ready to line up. We're not quite ready for the players to come through. As we said, they are finishing warm-ups right now. But we do have a look at the senior players that are going to be honored tonight as we take a look at the photo from Dutchtown High School. This is the senior class for Dutchtown High School, and you see 11 players right there who will be recognized tonight, and we've got the names of them as well. As you see up top, Josh Barrow, one of the goalkeepers for the Griffins team. Then on that second row from the top, Michael Mathern, Maddox Robichaud, and Storm Christensen. Then on the third row, you have Gage Steps, Harrison Smith, and Matthew Gatz. And then on the bottom row, you have Obi Arandi, Andrew Trish, Victor Carrillo, and Josh Thibodeau. So these players momentarily will be introduced to the crowd, and their parents will be out there with them, and they will be honored for their years of service and leadership for this Dutchtown soccer program. They're the winningest and most successful group of seniors in Dutchtown soccer history, as both of these teams are the last 2 years on the Dutchtown side. These seniors have made it all the way to the state championship game. We still have a few moments to go before we get to this. As you can see right there, you saw Dutchtown warming up with their purple warm-ups, and then in the black warm-ups you have Santa Monica right there as they're getting ready. So it looks like we are still a few minutes away from senior night ceremony. So we're going to take another break, and when we come back we will get to that, and Jolie will join us for our pregame. But we'll take a break right now. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Advantage Physical Therapy, SCC Heating and Cooling, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing Buick GMC, Hollis Orthodontics, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program.
Welcome back to the REV Game of the Week. Jeff Porsche and Jolie Hartman with you. And while we wait for the senior night ceremonies, we're going to take a look at these two teams more in depth, and you see their records right there. We'll go over what they've done this season, and we'll start with the visitors tonight, the Santa Monica Gators, who are ranked third in the state of Louisiana in Division I. and their record is just so impressive, 16-1-1, and they are 2-0 in district play, and they are riding a 9-game winning streak. They haven't lost since December 6th. They had one tie on the season. That was to Baton Rouge High, 1-1, and that was on December 12th. So it's been a month and a week since this team has lost or tied. Their one loss on the season has come to St. Paul's, but they're on a 9-game winning streak right now, and they've only given up 3 goals in those 9 matches.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a testament of what Coach Adrian and those 22 seniors for Santa Maria has kind of made a precedent for this season. Last year, losing out in playoffs to Dutchtown has kind of made these seniors this year say, you know what, this is our last year. We want to go out with a bang, and with these 9 wins, as we can see, I just spoke to you about the 22 seniors, but it's really the 2 freshmen that they have up that are scoring, that are making a name for themselves, and, kind of showing these seniors like, hey, look, even though I'm a freshman, I'm here, I want to play, things like that. So for Santa Maria, those 9 wins that they've had, in this last month, that's truly a testament of Coach Adrian making their schedule and getting them ready for the playoffs and getting them ready for district. And one of the biggest things about, scheduling for a team is putting your team to where you are facing great teams and getting them ready, because, tonight, this is going to be a true test with, coming in here on senior night at Dutchtown High with, looking at their record, a 10-3-4 and 2-0 in district. It's Dutchtown. You never know. They have so much drive tonight because this is senior night, but this is also, another game in the last 3 years for district that they have been a 0-0 draw. So both of these teams are wanting a win in district for the first 3 years against each other.
And the one goal that's been scored in that time was in the playoff game, a 1-0 victory for Dutchtown, and that came in overtime. So that's how close these 2 teams are, and we're expecting another low-scoring game tonight. On the Dutchtown side, you see their record 10-3-4, and they're 2-0 in district. And you might say, well, they are maybe having a little bit of a down year compared to what you might expect. That's not exactly so. Dutchtown, when they've made it to state, they've been in that 8-9 spot, so they're used to kind of playing from behind a little bit. And when you look at their 3 losses, they've lost to St. Paul's, and that's a common loss for both teams. Santa Maria also lost to St. Paul's. They lost to Catholic. Catholic was the state champs 1 year ago who beat Dutchtown in the state championship game. And then a couple of weeks ago, you may remember our REV game of the week against Mandeville. They lost that game 1-0, and Mandeville was a semifinalist last season in Division I. So they do not have a bad loss at all, and they have 4 ties. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They defeated East Ascension and Walker in district play, and now they're trying to rebound and see if they can take charge of district. As I said, the winner of tonight's game is in really good shape to get perhaps a share of the district title.
Yeah, absolutely. And just something, that I always look at, with having a soccer background, Jeff just said about the 1-0 losses and things like that. And I really hate, that a team has to say, oh, I only lost 1-0 to somebody. And something that I think about is, that doesn't explain the game. The Mandeville game, it was so back and forth that, I can look back at the stats that we did up here, and I'm not going to lie, I want to say it was like 8 corners that Dutchtown had. Like, it was such a phenomenal game because of the fact that, like, Mandeville was still driving to the goal and Dutchtown was playing phenomenal defense. And, the same with Dutchtown's offense. They were trying. We had a few shot on goals that, since I taught you this season what those are, it made, Mandeville's keeper come out a few times and have to save some beautiful shots. So, I don't want to discount Dutchtown because of their 3 losses, but those 3 losses were huge in the development of this team.
Yeah.
Being able to withstand 80 minutes and being to, become better together. And, I would like to give a shout out right now to Coach Adrian and the Santa Maria boys, because on their warm-ups is actually number 27 for Dutchtown Z. So great job for that.
So you see the 2 head coaches right there, and we're going to probably recognize number 27, Zadra Washday, who was lost last season, a Dutchtown player who would have been a senior tonight. Was lost tragically at the beginning of the school season last year. But the 2 coaches right there, Garcia in his 17th year, 297, 71, and 21, and then Marcus Dyer, who has not been here very long, but he's already been to 2 state championship games, so he has that under his belt as well.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at both of these coaches, they have literally put Santa Maria High and Dutchtown High on the map on the boys' side of, boys soccer for the state. It's funny because as a coach that coached 11 years ago, nobody really knew Ascension Parish. Like, they knew of us, but half of the teams would play us because it was an easy win. And then, for the boys' side, just these last 5 years for Ascension Parish, for Santa Maria and Dutchtown, has been people that like, oh no, we don't want to play y'all. Y'all gonna murder us, or little things like that. So kudos to both of those coaches for going in and just making a name for their schools.
The district, we were looking at District 6 right here, and this is what we were mentioning earlier. Santa Maria and Dutchtown 2-0. Denham Springs is only 1-0, and Santa Maria and Dutchtown after tonight still have to play Denham Springs. So the top 3 have not met at all this season, and then you have the other teams that still have no wins in district, and that's kind of how this works out. When you get 3 strong teams, you have 3 teams that are going to be winless at the bottom, and that's going to change because all of these 3 teams at the top are about to beat each other up over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, January is known as you want to find who are your top dogs, and something that I love looking at for Ascension Parish is the fact that, with having the Livingston Parish in the district, all of them are, top 35 in the state. And that's something to be known for and something to be proud of, because every week in the month of June, you're playing top, teams and getting your team ready for the playoffs and, to try to win a state championship.
This game was supposed to be played on Tuesday, and we're all very grateful that the game was not played on Tuesday because it was about 30 degrees at this time a couple of nights ago. But right now we're finally ready for the senior night ceremony, so we're going to take it to the public address announcer on the field. So we're getting some of the balloon display issues resolved right now, but we expect this to be starting momentarily as the seniors are going to be recognized shortly. Ms. J.D. Delgado, Spanish teacher at Dutchtown High School, setting up the display, and I think she's got it right at this point. We're going to check. You see the seniors lined up as well, and you see Marcus Dyer over there walking around with the stocking cap, the ski cap, the purple one in the back, the bearded one, as we say. And the entire Dutchtown team are ready to go behind him. So I think the display is back ready to go, so we will see. And again, as we said...
Ladies and gentlemen, Dutchtown Senior Night 2024. Our first senior is Josh Barrow, number 7. Josh is our goalkeeper. His parents are Steve and Rachel Barrow. He's been playing soccer for Dutchtown for 4 years, and he is a 4-year varsity player. Freshman year, he was All-State on the freshman team. Sophomore year, he was All-District First Team LHSAA Division I State Finalist. In his junior year, he was All-District First Team, All-District Defensive MVP, All-Metro Baton Rouge, All-State Division I First Team, and LHSAA Division I State Finalist. Josh is going to major in business. His favorite team moment was beating Catholic at their home field in the playoffs. Catholic was the last big team he had not beaten in his high school seasons, and it meant a lot to him beating his club teammates and his club coach for the first time. Special thanks he would like to offer is I would like to thank my parents for their support throughout my soccer career and their guidance through tough times. I would also like to thank my teammates and coaches for making soccer as enjoyable as it was for the last 4 years and helping me become a better player and person. Our next senior is Victor Carrillo, number 8, striker. His parents are Anna and Shava Carrillo. Victor has been playing for 13 years, not all of that at Dutchtown High School. He's been playing 2 years varsity. After high school, he plans on expanding his already successful landscaping company. His favorite team moment was when he beat Santa Ma in the playoffs at the pit. Special thanks go out to his mom, dad, and siblings. Thank you for your endless support and love throughout my high school soccer journey. Thank you for being my biggest supporters on and off the field. I am grateful for each of you. I also want to say a special thank you to my brothers Jason and Christian. I am grateful for the bond we share and having you by my side. Thank you for being the best brothers I could ask for. Our next senior is Matthew Gatz, right back, number 2. Dr. Bridget Lemoyne and Neil Lemoyne and David Gatz and Brooke Jaffrey escort Matthew down the field. Matthew has been playing for 4 years, 2 of which have been on varsity. He was awarded the Most Improved JV Player. Matthew intends to attend LSU and will study mechanical engineering. His favorite team moment was getting hyped up in the state championship locker room against St. Paul. He would like to thank God, his parents who have supported him throughout high school, Coach Dyer for always pushing him to be better on and off the field, and every teammate that he has played with throughout his years. Our next senior, Obi Arande, number 19, left back. He's escorted by Madhu and Brenda Arandi. Obi has been playing for 4 years at Dutchtown and is a 4-year varsity player. He's a 2-time LSAA State Championship finalist, 2-time second-team All-District, President's Cup Champions, MVP, All-Tournament Team 2022 Airline Tournament, and 4 years on varsity. He is undecided where he will be attending college, but has multiple offers. He intends to study business in college. His favorite team moment was beating Catholic in the quarterfinals and going to state 2 years in a row. He would like to give a special thanks to all his family and everyone who doubted him. Our next senior is Michael Brick Mathern, number 5, center back. He's escorted by Jolene and Michael Mathern Sr. He's been playing at Dutchtown for 4 years and 3 years on varsity. Michael intends to attend LSU, where he will major in biology. Michael's favorite team moment was beating Catholic in the 3rd round of the playoffs last year. Michael gives a special thanks to his family and friends who come to support him at all of his games, and his coaches and teammates who make him a better player and a better human being. Our next senior is Maddox Robichaux, number 16, center midfield. Tonight he is escorted by his mother, Heather Vowell, and Casey Robichaux, his dad. Maddox has been playing for 4 years at Dutchtown and 2 years on varsity. Maddox intends to attend LSU, where he will major in construction management. His favorite team moment was last year's state championship game, when they were all in the locker room playing music and the whole team was getting hyped up. Maddox offers a special thanks to his parents for always being there for him and pushing him through the tough times, and to Coach Dyer for believing in him when he didn't believe in himself. Our next senior is Harrison Smith, number 33. Harrison plays center attacking mid and center defensive mid. His parents are Wendy and Robbie Smith. Harrison has been playing for 4 years at Dutchtown and 4 years on varsity. Harrison will be attending LSU next fall, where he will major in coastal and environmental science. His favorite team moment was beating Catholic. Harrison gives a special thanks to his mom, dad, and anyone who has come out to watch him play. Our next senior, Gage Steps, number 39. Gage is a striker. He's escorted by Jonathan Steps, Shonda Steps, and Brittany Steps. Gage is a 4-year Dutchtown player, spending 1 year on the varsity team. Gage will be attending ATP Flight School in Baton Rouge, where he will become an airline pilot. Gage's favorite moment was going to the state finals last year. Gage gives a special thank you to his parents and grandparents for always being there to encourage him to try his hardest. Our next senior, Josh Thibodeau, number 3, center back. Josh is escorted by Tim and Amy Thibodeau. Josh is a 4-year Dutchtown player, spending 4 years on varsity. He was a 2022-2023 First Team All-District, National Honor Society, and ACT Award. Josh will be attending LSU next fall, where he will major in biochemistry to become a doctor. Josh's favorite moment was beating Catholic in the quarterfinals to make it to the state championship. Josh gives a special thanks to his family, Coach Dyer, and Coach Jason for supporting him throughout his soccer career. Our next senior is Andrew Trish, number 1, forward. Andy's parents are Brad and Tracy. He was a 3-year player for varsity and a 3-year Dutchtown player. He intends to attend college at California Lutheran, where he will major in sports psychology. His favorite moment was his sophomore year when they scored last off a corner against Jesuit, running on the field with his teammates. He gives a special thanks to all his coaches for making him a better person on and off the field, and to his parents who have supported him playing this sport that makes him the happiest. And lastly, we would like to take the time to remember the life of our beloved friend and teammate Zaid Rawashta. Zaid played varsity for 2 years and was one of the hardest workers on the team. Zaid will always be remembered by his coaches and teammates as a great teammate, a tough competitor, a valuable friend, and a team clown. Zaid's Letterman jacket, yearbook, and jersey are being walked out by his teammates Josh Barrow and Obi Arandi, and they are accepted tonight by his family. We will always remember Zaid as a Griffin. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Dutchtown Griffin Seniors.
So that was our senior ceremony for Dutchtown High School, and of course the emotional moment at the end with Zaid Rawashta being remembered, who was not only beloved by Dutchtown but also the players at Santa Maria as well.
Yeah, I just got emotional because of that, just because I coached the girls' side, but a lot of the girls even knew, who Z was, and this game is more than a game tonight for both teams, just because of they're playing for Z. Mm-hmm. It's so tragic for these, young kids to already experience a loss, and especially if it's somebody that you grew up playing a sport with and things like that. And I know about 7 of the Santa Maria boys remember him, every single day because they grew up playing Baton Rouge, soccer club together. And I love it because as soon as it happened in last season, a lot of them got something tattooed on them. Now, I'm not a fan of that, but, I'm always remembered of Z just because when they're walking by, they all got something with his name, on them and things like that. And as we see Santa Maria right here, it's more than a game tonight. It's in remembrance of Z, of a brother that they all played with, but it's also for, a chance at district championship.
Yeah. The winner tonight, as we said, takes charge of the district and only has Denham Springs left to go to take a shot at a district title. You see the Santa Maria team there going to wear the white jerseys with the or they're going to be wearing the gold as well with the black in their traditional colors, and then the Dutchtown wears the home black. They always like to wear the black. Both the teams, the girls and the boys team, like the black jersey, so that's what they're going to be wearing tonight. There's also a big game on the girls' side in district, and that's going to be at Denham Springs. Dutchtown versus Denham Springs. That one will be for the district title as well. If we get any updates, we'll update you on that. We're trying to get scores whenever we get the chance. Right now, let's get to the starting lineup. So we're going to start with the visitors, Sandoval and their starters. And they're going to be led in goal by Braden Thrower, and then their team, Caden Manchester, that's the guy you want to look for, number 1. And number 15, Bronson Perez. Number 29, Abram Lawless. Number 22, Maddox Parker. Number 16, Easton Jaro. Number 5, Aldo Padron. Number 7, Caleb Wilkins. Number 4, Leonardo Fuentes. Number 9, Bryce Weathers. And number 8, Micah Cretini. For Dutchtown, their starters, and they're going to go with a lot of seniors, not their traditional starters, but a tribute to their players. Their goalkeeper tonight, Josh Barrow. Obi Arandi, number 19, Josh Thibodeau. Number 3, Michael Mathern. Number 5, number 2, Matthew Gatz. Number 18, Michael Brizard. Number 12, Maddox Robichaud. Number 11, Preston Springer. Number 33, Harrison Smith. Number 8, Victor Carrillo. And number 39, Gage Steps. And I want to give a shout-out to Obi Arandi, number 19, because he was a big help today in helping us figure out who all the seniors were and the order and all the team players in the photo. So he was very helpful in letting us get this thing ready, and he's one of the reasons why we look so good broadcasting it tonight.
Yeah, just all shout-outs to anyone that can help us out with names or, players and how they are, just because of, doing this every week, doing boys and girls side, it gets crazy. So we're going to try our best too with names throughout the game and things like that. But I expect a fast-paced game and just something that, this is going to be one for the seniors to remember, just because it is senior night for Dutchtown, and it's a big game. And, I know both teams know this, but I know both teams are coming out here, both winning, recently and things like that, even though we had the last 3 quote-unquote snow days, winterized days. I think both teams are ready for this, because this is definitely something that they star or highlight at the beginning of the season for this game tonight.
Right, so both of these teams are ready to go, as you see Sandoval breaking their huddle, and they will head out to midfield, and then Dutchtown, mostly seniors in the starting lineup. They can't fill the entire starting lineup with the seniors. And they're ready to go, as we are just about ready. We're going to see if we can get scoring in this one. As we talked about earlier, last 2 regular season matches ended in 0-0 draws. If that happens here tonight, if you wind up with a draw, both teams are still in good shape, as they still have to play Denham Springs. But a win on either side would be much more helpful, not just for that, but also for the power ratings.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anything that has to do with soccer district-wise, they go to goal differentiate. Well, I can't even say that word right now. I don't even know why. Just goals, goals allowed, goals scored. I don't even know why. I'm trying to look at 3 things at once. But here we go. It's underway. Here's one of the games that everybody waits and anticipates, and just to see who comes out as the winner.
And so the header will go out of bounds, and the throw-in comes from Matthew Gatz. And they'll get it into the box, and the header goes out again, and another throw-in. Gatz already has the ball. And now we're going to switch out, and number 5, Michael Mathern, is going to throw in.
And be ready for an explosive throw-in from this angle. He is going to try to get into the PK spot in the 18-yard box.
And so it goes near that right post, and it's still in, and shot blocked. And Mathern has it once again in the corner, double teamed, and good job by number 22, Maddox Parker, for Sandoval. We have a whistle, and Sandoval will take over.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul called right there by that side AR. They saw that the Dutchtown right here, number 5, was just pulling on Maddox Parker's back and things like that. So great call. Could have been either way, but great call to start off Sandoval's defensive start, with Dutchtown having 2 throw-ins already within seconds of this game.
So we are just underway. Number 3 in the state, Sandoval, and number 6 in the state, Dutchtown. No score. Jeff Porsche, Jolie Hartman with you from Griffin Field at Dutchtown High School in Geismar, as Sandoval has possession, and they're going to work their line up with number 5, Padron, getting it down deep, and the header goes straight to the goalkeeper, and so you have number 7, Barrow, in goal right now for the Griffins. One of the seniors that was recognized earlier tonight. Now you see number 22, Maddox Parker, down in the corner with Molina, and it's blocked.
Yeah, something you're definitely going to see here tonight is great communication by both teams. You're going to see a lot of passing, and for people that don't really know soccer, if you see a great pass, half the time it's not even because that player looked up to see him. With having schedules that they've had so much practice to find out where everybody's going to be at certain, spots on the field and things like that. So we're about to see a great game with a lot of passing from both teams.
Right. Expecting low scoring just because of history and the 0-0s and the 1-0 overtime playoff game last season. I guess you could say that Sandoval has been more aggressive. They've scored more goals. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Dutchtown likes to play defense and find their spots, and they score on a lot of set pieces. Of course, Sandoval scores on a lot of set pieces too. They love that corner kick, and they like to play on the outside in their, I guess, from their wings.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's any little thing just because, Coach Adrian provided us with great details, but Sandoval is just known for using the narrowness of Sandoval High. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see a lot of things come from the outside to go inside with Sandoval just because of, their fast people is on the wing because you want them to be able to outrun their outside backs, the opposing team. So, you're going to see a lot of the ball from Sandoval go from the outside to the middle. And for Dutchtown, they're kind of more stacked in the middle with this formation that they're playing. They're kind of, they're doing a 4-4-2 right now, which that is kind of more of, a defensive mindset. So, they're respecting Sandoval in that sense that they know that they can score. So right now, just everything's going to be played from the middle to the outside with Sandoval. And Dutchtown is doing a great job with tracking back and playing defense. And, a lot of people are probably like, well, Jolie, that's what they're supposed to do. No, a lot of soccer players do get, taken off of defensive stance because they feel like they got to follow the ball and not the man. So, they're doing a great job already with 5 minutes, a little less than 5 minutes played of just staying with the person and not tracking that one ball.
Yeah. Well, still scoreless as both teams feeling each other out as you get the kick from goal from Barrow, and we have a whistle.
And that's actually going to be an offsides call right here on Dutchtown. But actually, the center AR is talking to freshman number 15 from Sandoval Bronzo just because of the play after that just happened close to the goal. Just him and a Dutchtown defensive back. Also, can't see his number right now. Just kind of a little tussled at the end because they both fell to the ground. So but nothing wrong.
Right. So you see them trying to be aggressive, trying to get it inside and work it out like you were talking about. It's going to go out of bounds, and Padron will throw it in. No, he's going to give it up to Caleb Wilkins.
Yes, a senior right there for Sandoval.
And there's the freshman you were talking about, and an opportunity and a nice tackle. And
by Josh Thibodeau.
Josh Thibodeau, the senior, taking over for Dutchtown as they try to go deep, and you have a man coming quickly from behind, and a good job by thrower.
Beautiful
to
job
save
right
that.
there by thrower, just because of with your teammate passing it back, you cannot pick it up. So the best way, he perfectly chipped it over his two defensive back right there and just got it out to where more defensive back could come and help him out.
May have been a handball right there. It's going to go to Manchester. This is the freshman scoring sensation for Sandoval, but he loses it, and Obi will throw it in.
Yeah, what we like to call that, he ran out of real estate.
Yeah.
Not enough on that side that he's playing on. But, yes, the freshman right here, Cameron Manchester, he has literally come to Sandoval High and has made such a name for himself for being someone that Sandoval can, trust in and scored, in big games. But he's also someone that is very, very much, patient with the ball and with the game, and that's something that I've loved watching him his first season as a Gator, produce and perform for his team.
This is a heavy senior club. I think you talk about 22 seniors on this team, but led offensively by the freshmen. So that's something that they're going to lose a lot of players next year, but you're going to keep the big scorers. Here he is right here with an attempt left. And he had some a little bit of a fire on that one.
I mean,
right there.
Just on this replay, he sees it and he just tries. And like what I've said at these last on this replay, shoot. You just have to shoot. You never know. It was raining a little bit before pregame, so the turf's a little wet. Just shoot. You don't know what's going to happen, and just him just being able already to have so much power and so much spin on the ball is going to be phenomenal. In these next 3 years of him, producing into the player that he can be.
So we are now about 7.5 minutes in, still no score. It's about 65 degrees outside right now, so it's a welcome change to the temperature that we had a couple of days ago, and it's going to get down into the low 60s tonight, but very comfortable, and I'm sure everybody's happy about that. Not much wind right now as Dutchtown trying to be the aggressor right here, and it gets to the goalie thrower as they try to get it down to Carrillo on the left side.
Yeah, and that's a great option right there by number 33 for Dutchtown, Harrison Smith. He saw that his forward, I want to say that is, can't see the goal number right now, number 8, Victor Carrillo. I mean, he outran Easton Jara right there on that outside, and that was a great job right there for trying to see and try to, come together on that one.
Nearly had a handball there by Thibodeau. No whistle, and they play on. Very, very fortunate for Dutchtown that they did not get the opportunity for the penalty kick. So 9 minutes in now.
And already this is, the 7th throw-in, of this half with only, being in 8 minutes, right about. So I giggle because if it's already, showing less throw-ins, that means the ball is staying inside the field, and that's something phenomenal just because of the fact that both teams are having so much possession, and that's such a great sign with these two teams already.
So are we going to get a corner right here?
Nope, I think it's going to be a goal kick.
No, that's a goal kick, yes, okay.
Yeah, goal kick just because of the fact that it looked like Curtini for Santa Maria tried to dribble, around the defender and then ran out of real estate.
So Barrow playing in goal right now. Brady Carroll, we saw him last time. He's a junior. But right now, with senior night, Josh Barrow gets the nod and has done a good job so far. We're 10 minutes in, still no score. So the 50-50 ball, and Harrison Smith trying to get it down to Carrillo, but it's taken away. And now you see Padron from Santa Maria, and they're going to try the right side. And Padron has it. Now to get it into number 29, Lawless. And Wilkins. Now they'll switch and go with Parker on the left. There's a little
beautiful
give and go.
One, too.
And in the corner, trying to make some space. Good movement. Defended by Arondi. And now in the box and trying to get it in the middle, and it's stolen. And here's a shot. Well, it's wide and high as the attempt from Padron.
Yeah, and that's just a shot you have to take no matter, if you have people in front of you, even if, as you can see on this, you just have to, because if you dribble, take that ball and dribble into pressure, it's not always a good sign. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You can get it taken away and anything else, but like how he just shot right there.
And the ball is loose, and
no one's there. I had to stop because I got excited
Right.
for a second. But, yeah, I mean, you just have to shoot when you're anywheres against a great team like Dutchtown for Santa Ma's position. And same thing for Dutchtown. If you were anywheres at the 18, you have to just because of you want to win this game.
Right.
And you're not going to know what's going to happen unless, you just kind of take the ball underneath your foot.
And that was Manchester who had the open shot, and Barrow was able to get his hands on it. Got a little bit loose, but they were able to survive. And so another opportunity for Santa Ma, and the first shot on goal of the night.
Yeah, true shot.
Yes. As a player hits the ground, that's Bronson Perez Molina, who is a junior, and he's back up, and Santa Ma will do the honors as they're getting it down to Fuentes, number 4.
Mm-hmm. Just on this throw. Yeah. This replay, you're just going to kind of see the number 19 for Dutchtown right there. Odie, I mean, he was going for ball. Person got in the middle. Yes, it's a dangerous play, but
right.
I would keep telling Odie, keep doing you, boo.
Yeah,
keep playing.
They're going to be aggressive tonight. This game means more than any other district game, even with Denham Springs being a powerhouse in this district and around the state. This is the one that matters more because these guys, we've talked about it, they're friends, they're former teammates, maybe still current teammates playing club ball as well. And so bragging rights, and besides in the regular season, nobody has had bragging rights for about 2.5 years.
Yeah, well, last year, just because playoff, Tom Dutchtown beat Santa Ma at the pit, 1-0 in overtime. But little things that we always say, playoffs is where you want your team to produce and do things. So right now for Santa Ma, it's just getting that back. The playoff loss, and also to be, the king of the district. And that's something I know Coach Adrian not necessarily harped on for, hey, you win this, you win district. Not that by any means, but just having, bragging rights to say we beat Dutchtown, this year during district time, and not, 4 years in a row, 0-0, for district standings and things like that.
So the ball goes out from Harrison Smith. It'll be a throw in. And this is Fuentes again. No, it's going to be Wilkins.
He has the long throw. That's how I always know he's going to do throw-ins.
So they get it over to Cretini. Then Manchester goes out, and it's going to be a Dutchtown throw-in. Obi Arondi will take care of that. And they're going to try to get it close to the box, a header from about 25 out. And now here comes Santa Ma with Lawless in possession. Now getting to center.
And Dutchtown's doing a great job with sending more people back to play defense, but we're going to see right here what this freshman is all about with taking almost 5 people on and just hitting that side net. He tried to kind of curve it a little bit. Great job by Bronson Perez. The freshman for Santa Ma, 2 freshmen are the only people in the starting lineup. For Santa Ma, that's a freshman, and then you have 2 juniors and then 7 seniors. So try to think of yourself, as a freshman playing with upperclassmen. You're trying to prove a point, and that's something that you'll see throughout this entire game. These 2 wingers, truly play it out. Bronson is the winger, and then Manchester is the forward. So we're definitely going to see a lot of them and hear their names throughout tonight and then the rest of their 4 years at Santa Ma.
So we'll get a Griffin throw in after the whistle. We are now over the 15-minute mark. Still no score between Santa Ma and Dutchtown, as Manchester has it for Santa Ma and maintains possession. Got to switch over to Parker, left side. They'll space things out.
And it's just anytime that you see a team go from the defense to the wing or anything else, it doesn't mean, they don't want to go up. It's they're trying to set things up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're trying to get Dutchtown's defense out of whack to where they don't, play defense on someone that's maybe outside or anything else. And that's what we're seeing right now for Santa Ma as they attack offensively, but a great defensive stance right there by Dutchtown. And I want to say that is number 18. Number 18, Michael Brazard, just because of he stood still and he did not move left or right and try to go with, the gimmick that Santa Ma was bringing. So great job right there by Dutchtown and Brazard.
So now in the corner for Santa Ma, they've had some opportunities, and it's cleared and a throw-in for the Gators. As they're applying a lot of pressure. They've had the lone shot from Manchester, which was saved by Barrow, and the throw-in coming.
And Santa Ma's using this time to put in a sub right here. That's going to be number 2, Caden Garcia, senior, coming in and playing more of the defensive midfield stance.
As a throw-in, in traffic, header from Dutchtown, and Wilkins blocked by Thibodeau.
Josh Thibodeau giving up his body for that one.
And Garcia, that's a familiar name on offense. I'm sure he has a lot of soccer in his blood as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's one of the sweetest kids you'll ever meet. And I'm not saying anything, Adrian Garcia, but he's sweet. That's all I'm going to say.
Coaches don't like to hear that. Coach's kid's got to be tough.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's that too.
Yeah, no.
Okay. And so now this is Parker. Left side, and nice little run pass down to Perez, who has it center, looking for a man, and
Cretini, yeah. And
they're inside, and there's a shot, which softly to Josh Barrow as he hits the floor. And
yeah,
we
and
see
this
the replay right here.
I just love it just because of how quick Santa Ma offense is this year, and how their footwork, with the ball around them is already phenomenal at such a young age with their 2 offensive threats, and then just everyone around them also coming and bringing those freshmen up. And as we can see right here, Dutchtown is getting great chances too. It's just they have to capitalize on getting more people up because Santa Ma is keeping back 5 people right now. And so right here we're going to have a foul called on Dutchtown's number 18, Michael Brazard. Just a little kind of push foul, hey, I'm still here kind of type thing I like to say, as we can see on this replay. Manchester kind of goes up, but then, he pushes them off at the beginning, and Manchester kind of shows, hey, he just pushed off me, and the ref saw it.
And now still applying the pressure. Padron inside to, that was Lawless, who has it again and trying to get it through. And now here's a chance, and knocked away by Mathern, and Dutchtown gets it to safety. And this is kind of going according to script so far, as Santa Ma's been very aggressive. 61 goals this season, and so they're going to apply the pressure on Dutchtown. I mean, they're averaging over 3 goals a game so far on the season.
And this is something, too, Dutchtown, we just talked about their 3 losses, only losing 1-0. But in those games, Dutchtown was so dominant on the offensive side, they just couldn't capitalize, And right now, they're showing such a great, standpoint against Santa Ma defensively. You don't see people not in position or anything else. And that's something, even though we see that Dutchtown has lost 3 games, those 1 goals didn't come easy.
No.
We did the Mandeville game, and we were both kind of shook about, how Mandeville scored that goal. And so Dutchtown is doing a phenomenal job, but Santa Ma is doing Santa Ma. They know how to score. They know how to get inside the 18, and that's what we are seeing right here, right now. And just those little things with their footwork and everything else is just showing on the offensive side. And great stop by Caleb Wilkins, Santa Ma defender. And we got to see, who's the team that's going to finally find the back of the net to put their team up.
That ball did not go out, and it's still in play, and a block by Josh Barrow. And More pressure from Santa Maria, but no points on the board. And now the pressure continues as they go switch over to Parker and then trying to go over to the right wing, and it's going to go out of bounds and a goal kick. Dutchtown hasn't had a good look at the goal yet. They tried to get some through balls down but haven't quite gotten there. Dutchtown is deadliest on the set pieces, especially the corner kick. So that's what you want to try to avoid if you're on the Santa Maria side. Make sure that you don't you keep that ball from going out off of your own player if you're in that type of position.
Yeah, and Coach Adrian's going to use this time to sub in senior right here, Braxton Trabo as the forward. Braxton is someone that he's going to bring his physicality into this game and get through defense. So maybe Santa Maria, this could be, their little ingredient to get and find the back of the net.
So you're trying to get it down to number 20, Corbin Russo, who has checked into the game. He's one of those replacements that's come in for one of the seniors for Dutchtown. And now you see number 16. Try to get a name on that one for the Griffins. Fight forward in the corner. Wilkins and
gets
the
a
whistle,
Gator.
And it's
Gator goal kick.
Yep.
Great job by Wilkins for setting up the ball and setting up the Dutchtown forward to not, touch the ball or anything else, and giving the Gators a goal kick right there. That was a great job by that defense. But I'm loving the shot right here because we are seeing some of the fog set on the field just because of the rain and, the little coldness. That's such a beautiful scenery, especially, these 3 days. I called it the hibernation stage. And look, right here, this ref is trying to make sure that he has control of this game. So he's going to call not necessarily a foul, but more of a dangerous play with Santa Maria number 1, Caden Manchester, kind of sliding, cleats up. So he's definitely going to call that just because of how wet the ground is, the turf, and how dangerous that play was.
We had some significant rain at about 4 to 5 o'clock, but after that we haven't had any threat of rain, and there's not any rain in the forecast, but the field is going to be a little slick.
Yeah,
all the
absolutely.
ice is obviously gone as it got into the 60s today, and it's still in the 60s right now.
Yeah, it's more Louisiana weather, the dew. You know what I mean? On the field, it's going to be things that I've even called out some people on a beautiful day, sniper on the turf. So it's definitely going to happen, tonight, a few of those moments that people just kind of slip or the ball just moves faster than what they're anticipating. So that's something to also look, into this game tonight happening.
And so trying to get it through, and good defense by Dutchtown, and Roussel's able to knock it away, but it's still in possession of the Gators as Padron has it left, tries to get it center, and they'll set up with Padron again. Got an update from Dutchtown and Denham Springs girls soccer. It's not really an update, no score. 16 minutes into the first half.
Well, I mean, that's a great game going on right there. Same over here, 0-0. So I always said the final score never dictates how that game went. So, just seeing, if y'all have been seeing this whole game, this has been the same thing and definitely going to be called right here on Maddox Parker just because of he tried to go in for the ball and kind of got the Dutchtown person,
Yeah.
So definitely going to be a foul right here. But as Maddox knows, he helped out the Dutchtown player. He knows. I mean, Maddox Parker has played soccer his whole life, and that's probably one of his really good friends that he just took down. And that's something that I loved about this AP, rivalry and things like that. All these, student athletes know each other, and that's something that even makes this game even more fun and motivating to play.
So you see the header right there, and it's saved by Santa Maria. They're going to try to set up an offense. Nice header, but it's taken care of by Mathern. And a fight for the ball, and Santa Maria will come out on top.
And
nice
beautifully
move
done right there by Lawless and Maddox Parker.
So
Great
Parker
take.
Parker finds some space inside. He's going to try right. Manchester has it, but knocked away by Arandi. And now here's an opportunity, 2-on-2 for Dutchtown. Here's Roussel. It's an opportunity, and just wide. And that's the first really dangerous look for the Griffins tonight on the transition, and comes up wide right.
And look, great opportunity right here. Beautiful ball by number 10 right there for Dutchtown. Shea right there. I mean, to come into the game, not starting the game, but already, producing for your team and just finding your open number 20 for Dutchtown, Corbin Roussel. Great job. Corbin, just have your body more towards the goal, because that would have been a beautiful finish. But I hate to say it, we don't get to count that as a shot. Went too far right, but me and you're going to remember it, Jeff. That was the start of their chance.
And here's another opportunity for 4 players down. Here comes a fifth, and he's got it. And the pass center, trying to get it right to Roussel, but a header knocked away.
Beautiful job, Parker. Maddox Parker, beautiful.
And then gets it down to Wilson, and now cleared by the Griffins, and they'll go back on the offensive.
And that's just something, too, just that one little segment of Shea finding Roussel has already sparked something for Dutchtown to continue to go. And that's something that I've always loved about sports. You can be in last place playing the first place team. Like, you just need one spark, one opportunity, one defining moment to turn around a game. And that's something Dutchtown's going to have to find a little bit more tonight, to continue on into offense, because Sandoval right now offense is containing the ball more and keeping it on their side.
Shea and Roussel are a couple of the usual contributors on the Dutchtown side. Now, you see the push from behind and a whistle, and I believe that's going to be against Trabo. And so Dutchtown will get the kick. But
yeah, we can see right here on this replay, just trying to go at it. Both had arms, and then I'm going to have to say Trabo had the size on him. You know, that one looked a little bit worse than what it was, but I know Trabo, that was just love taps. He didn't mean to put him to the turf. I mean, not yet.
And so this is going all the way to the goalie, and Braden Thrower in the net is able to get his hands
beautiful job
on
right
it.
there. Yeah, you definitely want to, as a goalkeeper in that situation, just because of so many of the opposing players around you. You don't want to go up with your hands with having, the ball being wet from the ground and things like that. It can pop out. So beautiful job with putting, his chest behind them and kind of, catching the ball with his chest and his hands. Great job and great communication with his team right there.
So Austin Wilson's going to throw it in and gets it over to Owen Fletcher, who's wearing number 40 tonight for the Griffins.
And Sandoval right now more on the defensive end, because Dutchtown just had that one spark, and that's all you need.
Absolutely, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's the tides have flipped just because this whole, almost 30 minutes?
Yeah, we're approaching 30 minutes.
Right about. It was all Sandoval offensively, and then Dutchtown flipped the switch very quickly and had 2, great possessions, with shot out wide and things like that. But, I mean, it takes that one time, and that's something that both of these teams already in this first half can see that they can do against each other.
Oh, and
it's finally...
Roussel got his foot on it.
That's number 3 in almost 4 minutes for Dutchtown right here. They're finding it. They just need to capitalize and find that square netting in that goal.
And Thrower was in a good position to save that as well, as he came in and challenged and was able to get it away from Roussel, and now he's going to get a kick.
Yeah, and both teams right now, they can kind of see the clock that there's like 9 minutes left, which, remember, everybody that's watching, the minutes that you see might not be the official time. I don't see the center AR adding any minutes. We haven't had injury or anything else, anything that can be inclusive to add minutes. So we'll probably be, as true, but they're both seeing that the time's winding down. So you're going to be seeing a lot of the soccer balls go out of bounds for these few minutes.
And here's a big opportunity for Sandoval, and it's blocked, and it's still in the box, and still an opportunity for Sandoval, cleared.
By Maddox Robichaux.
And that's Robichaux with the clear, but another opportunity. We've seen some exciting moments here in the last 10 minutes on both sides, but we still remain scoreless.
Beautiful job right here by Manchester trying to get the ball through, and no Gator to be found right there at the PK spot.
Now we'll go center with Padron.
And you'll definitely see Sandoval right here have more possession to get Dutchtown's defense kind of a little out of whack and out of position. See a whole bunch of what is called a 1-2, meaning a person pass. That's one to another player, two. That's something how you get a player to chase the ball. Normally, that's what I love to call a chicken with their head cut off, make somebody look like a fool running after the ball. So that's what you'll probably see right around this end to try to gain more momentum offensively for Sandoval. And Dutchtown's just doing a great job with being patient and not necessarily trying to win the ball, but be in front of the ball. And that's how we just saw here with Dutchtown. They did not stop. They did not do anything, and that's actually going to be a foul called on number 4 right there for Sandoval, Leonardo Fuentes, just because of him grabbing the back of the shirt. I always told everybody you always want to tuck your shirt when you're playing in soccer, because if somebody's grabbing it, they can see, the center AR can see that, oh, hey, this person's shirt was tucked in and now it's out, so that's a foul. So that's something a lot of people still do to this day, because it's an easy foul that can be given to you.
Bethurne's kick stopped short of the box.
Brick flying high in the air for that one.
And good job there by Sandoval's Cretini. And looked like a little slip there with no contact by Manchester. And
Sniper.
So, you talked about it.
Yeah.
And that's going to go all the way down and out.
Yeah, and number 1, Caden Manchester, you're going to see him slip because he is so fast.
Right.
I absolutely love seeing him run, especially on turf. He is going to outwork upperclassmen, and he's going to outwork the ball sometimes and get to it before you can even think that he gets to it. But Sandoval is going to have another throw-in of this half closer to their side, and just to see if they can get something happening with, right at, 6.5 minutes left.
And now getting it into the box and a little pass, and that was contact between Trabo and the goalie Barrow. It's going to go out, and we're going to have a goal kick.
Beautiful job by Barrow right there, because he stood his goalkeeping ground.
Yeah.
You are not getting this ball past me. I'm a brick wall. As you can see on this replay right here, Bronzo tries to go and, gets it, and Dutchtown's goalkeeper Barrow just simply says, not on my watch.
Now there's an attempt wide right from
and that's actually going to be a corner for Dutchtown right there.
So here is an opportunity for Dutchtown. 5:45 left to go in the first half. Still no score, but Dutchtown, like we have said, loves set pieces. A corner kick from Obi Arandi setting up, and you see about 4 Griffins to the left of the left post. And now they get into place, and it's a quick shot inside, but it gets through.
I was holding my breath on that one.
Right. It's always dangerous.
Yes.
Especially when you have a team like Dutchtown and that loves to do that. And now Sandoval on transition and the steal.
And Dutchtown right now has numbers up on this offensive stance. So they need to just collect and find their teammates and find the back of the net right here. But great job by Sandoval's defense for containing them and not necessarily running to the ball, but just finding a person. And here we go.
There's the first shot on goal for the night.
Yes, absolutely. Great job, Jeff. I'm just so impressed and
Thank
proud.
you so much. I had a great teacher.
Yeah,
that is.
It's just been a month.
Yeah.
I love this. Great job by Braden Thrower right there for Sandoval. Just staying in front of the ball and making sure that his body is in between the ball and the goal right there. And here's something for Sandoval with Micah Cretini.
And here's an opportunity and strong defense by Dutchtown and a slide save from the ball. And that's going to go wide as Manchester brings in another hot shot, another missile that
I just love watching him. As we can see on this replay, he goes all out and just is like, you know what, let me see something. And he has it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love watching boys soccer. They can shoot from the 40 yards and make it look like they didn't even break a sweat. And then here I am my whole life trying to shoot from 40 yards. As you can see on this replay, just simple up, down, and a little, too much to the left. They make it look so easy.
Now, the shot earlier on the Dutchtown side, the first shot on goal on their end came from Brizard, which was saved by Thrower. We remain scoreless, 3.5 minutes left to go, and Julie's already mentioned minimal, if any, stoppage time.
Yeah, I don't see any being added. I mean, there hasn't been an injury nor any kind of foul that the center AR had to speak or anything else, and he hasn't indicated anything. I guess this is the coaching in mind that I always look at the center AR. They do different things to show you, like, I'm adding a minute or something like that, and he hasn't announced or provided anything that minutes will be added. So we're kind of on that true mark right now with the clock here at Dutchtown Field saying 2:49, and we're at 2:50. So I mean, it's right on.
And so hot shot, and it's taken by Dutchtown, and Smith has it, and they'll set up and try to get the ball over to Fletcher on the right side. Unsuccessful. And now Dutchtown has another opportunity. This time they get it to Fletcher. He stays on side, and there's a shot. Blocked. Still up for grabs, and a nice job by Thrower for the save.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a little dangerous play right there in the box. As we can see on this replay, right there, great opportunity by number 40, for Dutchtown. Is he number 40 or 20?
Yeah, that was 20.
Yeah, 20.
Roussel.
Corbin Roussel, he has just been great right there, but because that Dutchtown player kind of went in cleats up and took out a defender, the center AR is always going to call that because that's a dangerous play, but great job by Braden Thrower for Sandoval for sticking with the ball and getting back, and keeping it in front.
So now we're inside of 2 minutes, so the clock will stop on our screen and on the scoreboard in the stadium, and it will keep time on the field as it's going to be Dutchtown possession. Let's see a great shot right there of the freshman Manchester for Sandoval, and they're
actually going to give that throw to Dutchtown, but as you can see on Manchester's face, he's like, I didn't touch it. That's You're going to get that with having seconds left in a game.
And that was Lawless high over the crossbar.
As we can see on this replay right there, you just got to shoot. That was great try right there. Mm-hmm. You have to. I mean, I would be mad as a coach if I did not see my players attempt. You know what I mean?
Right. Have about a minute probably left or so in this first half. As Barrow
for the Griffins
getting ready, and public address has informed us that Carl Roussel has checked in. He's wearing number 32. And Griffin possession, trying to make something happen in the final minute of this,
which they are known for.
Yes, they love to score late.
Gosh!
And that'll go off of. That's Wilkins, and throw in coming. This is Austin Wilson. Easy throw in. Over to Brizard. And now Thibodeau on the switch. Down to Springer. And now trying to get the through ball header. Good job by Sandoval, but it gets inside to Smith, but another good job by the Gators.
And I see the center AR keep looking at his watch, and the whistle is in mouth. So there it is.
And so we are at halftime, and what do you know is no score. What a shock there.
Beautiful game of soccer being played.
And Sandoval and Dutchtown, that's what they do. They play the 0-0 all the time, and we are scoreless at the half. So 0-0, Sandoval versus Dutchtown. We'll talk about some of the things to look forward to at halftime. But first, we're going to take a break. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Your business is as unique as Southeast Louisiana. People, culture, family. We know what it means to be local. REV is the only communications provider with support teams that live and work in the same Louisiana communities that we serve. Customer first localism is truly in our DNA. Our promise is to bring your business the reliability and local support you deserve. We've been connecting communities in Louisiana for 85 years, and we're ready to serve you and your business. REV Business.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins!
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics. Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Looking for an extraordinary education opportunity? Introducing Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program, where you can earn a high school diploma and an associate's degree from River Parish's community college at the same time. Experience the best of both worlds as high school seamlessly blends with college coursework in a rigorous yet supportive program. Yet stay connected to your home high school through clubs, organizations, and sports. And here's the best part. Students pay no tuition or textbook cost. Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program, where your future begins today.
As a local provider, we understand the unique challenges and rewards as a Southeast Louisiana business. And we're right here with you, powering your business with local know-how and the unmatched service you deserve. Our internet and managed services are more than connectivity. They're our promise to provide the most important thing every business needs: consistency and quality. We're here to help. For a limited time, get 3 months free. REV Business. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
Halftime at Griffin Field. Boys soccer, Dutchtown at home versus Santa Maria. We are scoreless, as we usually are when it comes to Santa Maria and Dutchtown in the regular season in boys soccer. Jeff Porsche and Jolie Hartman with you, and we're going to talk about these teams and some other things here at the half. And we're going to start the half by taking a look at the district schedule for both of these teams, and both of these teams are 2-0 in district, so they've been very successful. Santa Maria, we're going to start with them and take a look at what they've done. They played their first match right before Christmas as they took on East Ascension And when they played them, they won by a score of 5-1, as you see right there. And then a couple of days ago, well, actually it's a week ago, I guess, because we're a little behind because of the weather. So I'm a little confused on the days. Live Oak, a 4-1 victory. So 9 goals in their first 2 district matches, which is really impressive. And then they got the 2 big tests on the road at Dutchtown and at Denham Springs. As far as Dutchtown goes, they're 2-0, and they have some more Dutchtown-like results, I guess, when you look at Dutchtown's district schedule. Not as high scoring. You have the 1-0 decision against Walker, a game that was scoreless at the half, and then they won. East Ascension was a little easier with the 5-0 win. And then they have Santa Maria at home, and they get Denham Springs at home, so they have that advantage right there.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of looking at both of these teams right now, with playing 2 already, and let's say, tonight does go in that 0-0 draw, which both me and you, Jeff, don't want it to be like that. But already, seeing Santa Maria as, winning the first one against EA 5-1, and then winning the second one against Live Oak 4-1, Dutchtown has already given up 2 goals, against district teams. But then when you look at Dutchtown, they haven't had anyone score on them yet. So let's say this game does go to a draw, it would go to Dutchtown because of the goal differentiation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
goals allowed, goals scored on, things like that. Even though Santa Maria has come up with 9 goals, more than Dutchtown with 6, they've, allowed more goals, Santa Maria. So Dutchtown would be the higher seed, in the district standing.
And right now, as far as the power ranking standings go, Santa Maria is on top at number 3, but you see Dutchtown at number 6, and Denham Springs is right between them at number 5. Then you got the other teams who are still winless in district at this point, because of the top-heavy scheduling that they have. They're still in the playoffs, but they're near the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, it's like how I always said, it's just a testament of this district to have 3 people in your own district top 10 in state is phenomenal. That means, when you go to your district, it's not that you're blowing out 8-0s, to people, mercy ruling, things like that. You are competing for not only a district championship, but a spot to be a top 4 team with the first round bye in the playoffs.
Yeah, and the deal is, too, when you're in that top 4, you get 3, usually 2, at least, well, depending on that first round. You get a couple of home games after that, depending on how everything balances out with upsets and things like that.
Yeah, the first round would be a bye, and the second and third you would play at home, essentially. And
so Dutchtown at 6, but they're used to playing at that 8 or 9 spot, and they're not afraid of playing road games in the postseason. They've won at St. Paul's on the road, and they've won at Catholic on the road last 2 years just to get to the state championship. So they're used to playing in that.
Yeah, that's always my favorite. Go to somebody else's house and destroy their dreams. I don't know why. I just love it.
Yeah, and they all mentioned the Catholic game as the thing they love the most.
Yeah, that is a true memory in high school, being able to go to someone else's home field, beat them at their own game, their own crowd, things like that, and make it to a higher higher place in playoffs is always something for every player and coach to want to have.
And coming up, we want to let you know that Saturday's game is still scheduled. It's going to be cold. It's going to be in the 30s perhaps, but we're still going to broadcast 11 a.m. That game is still scheduled to be played at 11 a.m., and that was confirmed earlier today. Santa Maria at EA, that's going to be at Spartan Field, and we're going to be indoors for that. They won't, but we will, and I'm stressing that. Then next Thursday, we move on to the basketball portion of our schedule as girls basketball, Santa Maria and EA. And then February 2nd, you're going to have boys basketball, Dutchtown at Santa Maria. So this weekend kind of wraps up our regular season soccer schedule. So you're going to be on the bench for a little while, but we're going to be back for playoff games because Dutchtown's probably going to have 2 teams playing home games. Santa Maria is going to be playing home games, so there's going to be lots of playoff action probably in Ascension Parish as we get ready to start the second half.
Yeah, it's another hibernation for me. I just did that the last 2 days at home, and so now Rev is going to say, hey, Joe, you know what, wait until playoffs, which I'm totally grateful for it. And something I giggle at is I'm going to ask for a camera on Saturday so I can go on the field and do sideline reporting and running on the field. I mean, it's Cinema versus EA girls. It's literally the best time for me season. I love it. And we got the second half underway with Dutchtown already starting off strong. You know, they ended that first half wanting it. We saw that. They had more offensive chance, and they looked a little bit more crisper in their pass. So you're going to see Dutchtown straight up come out because they have something, you know, a little bit of motivation in this second half. And as we can try to see if Santa Maria can over-counter that and find the back of the net and kind of do it here on Dutchtown's field against them.
Dutchtown had 2 shots on goal in about the last 10 minutes of the game and of the first half. They actually had a third one that was kind of contested and a slide late, but a good job by Thrower on the save. And Santa Maria has applied a lot of pressure, not a lot of shots on goal, but they have had some nice attempts by Manchester and Lawless. So they're putting the pressure on Dutchtown again right here, and there is one that gets through and saved.
Yeah. Beautiful shot right there by Maddox Parker for Seminole High for taking that outside and having a beautiful left foot shot. And like I said all the time, just shoot. Like as we see in this replay, he just takes it and finds a gap. And right here, you know, from this play, the replay was over the game being played live and you know, Braden Thrower for Santa Maria goalkeeper just kind of falls down on the ball as Dutchtown was trying to get another shot off, but he came off of his line and grabbed it before they could. And so Santa Maria right now as a defense, they just need to be calm, cool, and collective and find their offense that has been scoring nonstop in this last month that we said at the beginning of this game.
Arondi has it, trying to get through, and it's going to be saved for the throw-in, and that was very critical because actually they call the corner kick.
Actually, let's see it right here. Beautiful job right here by Santa Maria with just trying to take it, but it is definitely a corner for Dutchtown, and I'm not going to watch for a second. You got this, Jeff.
All right, here's Brizard, I believe, that will do the honors from that side, and it goes in and a header from Santa Maria. It's up for grabs, another header, and the goalkeeper gets to it as Braden Thrower saves the day for Santa Maria once again. So we are now 2.5 minutes, and we've had some action, but of course we remain scoreless because it's Dutchtown and Santa Maria, and that's what they do. Jeff Forrest and Jolie Hartman, though, and this is
what I look forward to every year.
A lot of the people who don't enjoy soccer will say 0-0. It's got to be boring. This is fun.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of suspense because there's always an opportunity as they try to get it to the goalkeeper, and that's going to be an own goal. And we have points. As they tried to get it to the goalkeeper came in, and I think that's an own goal. Is that correct, Joey?
Yeah, that is an own goal because you can see Leo Fuentes tried to kick it away from Dutchtown, and he simply just takes it, and it hits the side of his foot and goes over Braden Thrower. So that is going to be the goal for Dutchtown that puts them on top right here, as we can see on this replay. And that is something that I know Santa Maria is going to want back because you can't describe or play that game, that moment in how great this game has been.
You would hate to see a game like this be decided 1-0 and it's kind of weird and kind of appropriate that the first goal is going to be not scored by the offensive team.
It's been 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
The only good thing that I'm feeling right now is, okay, so Santa Maria found the back of the goal. So that now we just got to go on the opposite side. But, other than that, I want to give kudos to number 32 for Dutchtown, Carl Roussel, because of the fact that he stayed with, Leo Fuentes, the back line. If he wouldn't have been there, Leo wouldn't have had to, hurry up and try to get rid of it. He stayed on him, applied pressure. And for any young soccer player that's listening or watching right now, stay on the play. Don't just be like, oh, well, the defense got it, I don't have to do anything. When you apply pressure, anything can happen, a mess up, a mishap, just like that.
So Dutchtown gets on the board, and it's 1-0 Griffins lead the Gators. And now Harrison Smith has it, trying to get it to Arandi, can keep it in inside.
Always puts it on the mark.
Now dropping back, Thibodeau inside to Broussard, and now they'll switch right, excuse me.
And it's definitely more Dutchtown right now. They're so patient. They're just making things happen that we did not see in the first half. And that's something that you're going to see when a team becomes more comfortable.
Right.
They know, okay, we have a 1-0. It's not necessarily they don't want to take chances, but now they can. You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't happen, we're up a goal. Sandoval hasn't found the back of the net yet. But right here for Sandoval, it's just going to be anything and everything to continue to shoot and to continue to keep having offensive chances.
So a lot of opportunities now on both sides, a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah,
it remains 1-0 after a goal a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, and it's just going to be little things right here for Sandoval. Just their defense is a little bit. You can see that they're a little out of whack right now because they're a lot more ball chasing and a lot more I guess you would say miscommunication in the back line on who's getting who. So, so for Sandoval, don't look at the scoreboard. You still have so much time to play. I mean, it's only been, a little under 7 minutes in the second half. So you have so much more time, and you're so used of scoring in this last month that just let it happen. Don't force any kind of play because that's when the ball is not going to find the back of the net.
Smith gets it to Arandi, and Arandi gets it to the goalkeeper, and a save from thrower. So you see the replay right here. See the nice pass over to Arandi. Tried to get it there, and the thrower is there. And now Sandoval on the run and knocked out by Wilson to get the Gator throw in. So we are 7 minutes in, and 1-0 now. Dutchtown with the lead.
And a few substitutions for Sandoval right here. We're going to have number 14 for Sandoval, Daniel Chambliss, come out, and number 2, Caden Garcia, is coming in to hopefully get kind of, a little bit fire lit for Sandoval on that defensive side, and a great try right there with a beautiful cross made by the Gators, but just not enough to get it through into the goal keep. Or contest into the goal.
It's been an eventful few minutes for Dutchtown soccer overall. Dutchtown gets the goal to take the lead 1-0 on the boys' side. On the girls' side, late in the first half, we get a goal from Cameron Bonadonna as they lead at the half at Denham Springs by a score of 1-0. So they're getting ready to start the second half out there, and we'll give you more updates if we find them.
Nice work by Owen Fletcher.
So now Sandoval setting up. Wilkins now on the right side to Jaro. Now possibly in back left, back to Jaro. Trying to center to Garcia, and they play on.
Yeah, that was just a play that you can tell that student athlete, Caden Garcia, was just running.
Yeah.
So, his hand is going to be in motion like that. So it's going to be up to the center ref. I've seen refs that would call it. I've seen refs that would just play on. And I agree, play on, because how are you going to stop the motion of your hand running? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that ball is moving so fast. It's not like he caught it or anything. Mm-hmm. It literally hit his forearm. So I love when I see refs like that, because that just means he wants this game to play out and have it more of the soccer players playing and not him just, defending every little thing that he thinks a foul.
So Wilkins is going to throw in, and he's going to try to get it down low, and the header knocked away. And now Dutchtown will go on the offensive. And a nice move. Maintains possession. And trying to get a through ball blocked, and now Garcia has it for Sandoval. Looked like they were trying to get it inside to Carl Roussel. You got Carl Roussel at 32, and then you got 20, Corbin Roussel, who had an attempt go wide in the first half. But the Russells are the offensive threats right now on the Dutchtown side, although I believe Corbin is out for the moment as it goes out, and this is going to be a throw-in for the Gators, I believe.
Yeah, that was, the whole speculation of, handball and things like that, that Dutchtown player just had his hands over his chest. That's not a formation kind of run, ordinary run. So that's going to be called anytime you see a soccer player put their hands over their chest to protect themselves.
In danger, the header is going to go wide, and it's grabbed by the goalkeeper, who is now Braden Carroll. We want to bring that up, number 64. So Carroll is going to come in and replace Josh Barrow, the senior, who got the first half going for the Griffins. So he did a good job in the first half. He one of the things that Coach Dyer did tonight was start every available senior, and 3 or 4 of them are not regular starters. And he didn't just give them token 5-minute action. He gave them up to the entire first half, some of them half of the first half. So they got a lot of action, and it didn't cost them either, as they remained scoreless and up to halftime.
And that's something beautiful that a coach with mad respect. I know Coach Dower and things like that, and just more mad respect for him because of the fact that he gave those student athletes opportunity that they normally don't, and they proved themselves. It was 0-0 against the number 3 team in the state. That's something that those senior players can be very proud of because of the fact that they might not play a lot, but that doesn't mean that they still don't know how to play. They practice with the starters all the time, and that's something that I love to get to see. Players that don't get that time to come in and do that.
So a through ball right there for Dutchtown, taken away by Wilkins, and still in the corner, and we have the whistle. And what do we have on the call?
It's going to be definitely a goal kick. But as we can see on this replay, both of them just kind of pushing back and forth, and just a simple push. I'm not really sure, couldn't really see, push on the side, but center AR is just saying a goal kick, so he didn't really see anything that was too flagrant and too what I like to call disgusting as a player, because you definitely don't want to give up a silly free kick right there for Sandoval, so definitely have to watch out back there.
One thing I want to ask you, because when Coach Garcia was talking about the way his team operates and kind of using home field advantage, the pit is a much tighter, more confined space, and they use that to their advantage. But you're playing Dutchtown here, and you have the more space. You have the track around the field, and it's a completely different environment. Does that change what you do out there, Jolie?
Yes and no. One of the biggest things about Dutchtown's field is the fact that you feel like there's more real estate outside of the outside of the lines because of the track. So you think you have more to run, and then all of a sudden that black line creeps up on you. But yes, it's the same size field, and that's what I giggle at everybody. It's the same size. It's just the environment around it. You know what I mean? Makes it feel a little bit bigger, bigger stands that you kind of have to look up. But this shot right here by Micah Cretini, you're going to about to see Sandoval in this last 26 minutes just go at it. They're losing, as we can see on this. This play right here, he's just shooting, and something I want Sandoval to do in these next 26 minutes is kind of take it into the box and get a great shot and tie this thing up. I hate to say that this game could go in a tie, but as a Sandoval fan that I am, I would love to see one.
And you don't want to see a team lose and one of the Sandoval kids feel like he's the GOAT out there because he gave up an own goal. So you hate to have to deal with that, but it's also I guess a teachable moment, a learning experience for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's something too. It's just a sense of, I always say this: a soccer score never depicts or deciphers how that game went. You know what I mean? Everybody's just going to know, Dutchtown won 1-0. They're never going to know that it took Dutchtown until the second half to even have a lot of offensive chance. And then, it's just, I don't want to say it was because it was an own goal. That totally, but that's soccer. That's the game. That's how it's done. You know what I mean? And right here on this replay, Lawless right here for Santa Maria just kind of goes around and he's just shooting. And I don't even think he even looked at the goal once.
Yeah. Just take your chances. You talked about that. You're going to be slinging them out there.
Yeah, I feel like the baseball team's going to have a few soccer balls out there at practice tomorrow.
Right. You're right about that. So there's a ball to midfield from Carroll, and it's controlled by the Gators, and there's Lawless again, right side. He's going to be aggressive from about 20 yards out. Now we'll set up. Trying to get it in the corner over to Manchester. No, that's actually
Brown.
Yeah, that's Perez Molina.
Yes. Me and him have a little bet on this game. Right now, he's actually in my second block. So I told him if he doesn't produce, he got to take the vocab test tomorrow.
And
he just giggled.
Incentive.
He just giggled at me, and I told him, I said, 2 goals. That would make you get out. But it was more of just a little motivation, little incentive, just because I know how much this game means to them. But he's still going to take it no matter what. But we just laughed at each other.
Yeah, it was funny whenever I got I talked about earlier, I got Obi Arandi to help me out in getting some of the names and faces all identified, but that means he's got to come to me, and I'm in ISSP. And so he came to me and said, "What do I do?" I said, "No, I need your help."
Yeah,
nothing. Okay, yeah, sure.
Nothing yet. You lose, you have ISSP. I'm
kidding. I should have told him that. I should have told him that. But, and there's a header wide.
If that would have been another on goal, I would have been like, okay, our job's done because I need to go out there and yell. But that was beautifully done by DUTCHTOWN right here on this replay, just simply getting in front of Santa Maria right there. And that was by number 3.
Yeah, Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, great job with putting your body in front of the ball in the goal and getting it out. And here is Micah Cretini for Santa Maria High.
And maybe a little high up there. And now an opportunity in traffic, blocked, and gets away. And Santa Maria will set up again, trying to get the equalizer as we are 18 minutes into the second half, 1-0 DUTCHTOWN with the lead.
Beautiful ball.
The switch, and
just a
defense by Arandi.
Tough touch right there by Micah Cretini. If he would have just kept it a little bit closer, that would have been a great effort for Santa Maria on that run with such a beautiful driven cross by Parker. And that's definitely a foul right there. And that's going to be inside the box, a PK for Santa Maria.
And so that's going to be... Let's take
right here on this replay. Just because you see number 5 right there for DUTCHTOWN just simply takes out Manchester right here.
So Manchester will get an opportunity to tie the game.
And it's definitely somebody that you want at this PK spot just because of the fact that you just saw this player go after the ball and get the foul. You want them to finish it off. It's almost like you started it, you finish it kind of type thing. And he's also the leading goal scorer right here on this team this season.
So we are ready from 12 out. And it is up, and it's an equalizer, and we are tied. And Manchester makes it 1-1. 18 and a half minutes into the second half, and we are tied. And we'll look at the replay right here.
He straight up just takes this and just finds the upper of that goal. And that's a beautiful way, because if you are somebody that wants to be a defender, you're only choosing left and right. You're not jumping up and down. You know what I mean? So if you can find that right spot and find right underneath the crossbar is something that is always going to be a goal on a PK. So Santa Maria right here is feeling alive, got that goal back of scoring, that on goal in the first, 6 minutes of the half, 7 minutes of the half. So already, guys, we have 20 minutes left, and it's yet again tied. This is DUTCHTOWN Santa Maria boys soccer.
So we don't have goals for years, and now we have 2 in the second half, and of course it's going to be on both sides. So now it's 1-1. Gators tie the Griffins, and Arandi will try to get it through, and it's...
And we're definitely going to hear a lot of the fans trying to get into it right now just because of we see both teams just going at it. So the fans are trying to be, what is called the 12th man right now, trying to get the center AR. And, it's just sent to me, Dutchtown girls soccer is actually tied right now, 1-1.
Yes.
So Denham just scored on Dutchtown girls.
Because the symmetry between the two teams.
And both are, both Denham on the girls and Dutchtown girls are the top. And then, these two over here without playing Denham yet, it's such a deciding factor tonight.
And so now Dutchtown was ahead in both, and now they are tied in both games. As you see, Barrow now on offense for Dutchtown. So the goalkeeper is now playing on offense and was replaced by the usual goalkeeper, Carroll. As you see, Barrow right there gets it past Arandi. And the whistle.
Definitely,
Broussard
he's about to get.
Is guilty with a yellow card.
Yes, Abram Lawless just kind of going in after the plays and just kind of being, taken out. And then as we can see right here, how he just simply went from behind and kind of what we call it hook kick on the ground. Definitely a yellow card right there. And that's, for anybody that doesn't know, yellow card is just something that a player has to be taken out of the game for a little bit. They can get back in. Nothing that Sandoval has to play a man down or anything else. It's just a new player will come on the field while the coach talks to that player that got the yellow card.
Broussard was the victim as they tried to get it through inside, and a header attempt and no good. And
awesome job right there by senior Caleb Wilkins for Sandoval, because he stayed with the ball and simply just outran that Dutchtown attacker.
And here's Broussard over to Arandi on the left side and tries to get it up high. And
Arandi 4-3 right there on that field goal attempt.
Yes, and so an opportunity there goes high. And so we are past the halfway point in the second half. It remains 1-1. Dutchtown scored the first goal on an own goal in the first few minutes of the second half, and then a penalty kick from Manchester ties it up at about the halfway point here in the second half. And now Dutchtown has possession, left side with Arandi. Gets it through to Roussel, and it's knocked away in a throw-in coming after Wilkins clears it.
And, a lot of people will say, Wilkins, why did you just kick it out? Well, if you can see, a player's body, he's already running that way. Why make him, try to play the ball, lose the ball when he has nobody behind him? So a great job right there with just kicking it out to get more of your defense behind you and have somebody, have your back. And
you just saw a little back heel action from Josh Barrow. Went high as they were able to find him there, but unsuccessful, and we remain tied. So now thrower clears it, and the header from Manchester, and they'll set up right side, but it's taken away. And they maintain possession. Sent them on the move with Parker. Inside to Manchester.
Beautifully done right there by Manchester. And now you have numbers up just because of that simple play. And now we're going to see what they can do from the left side into the middle. And great defensive stop right there for Dutchtown by number 4.
That's Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson. I mean, just staying with the ball and the player, and not getting what I always like to call for the boys' sides, fantasize with the footwork. Stay even with them. They can't go through you. They can only go around you, so you got to make sure you stay.
And you had a little kick save right there again by Wilson, and Roussel tries to get it through, but nobody's there. Looking for Springer, but a little too much action on it. Now right side over to Parker.
And he's there.
And they'll set up. They love that side action, and good defense by Arandi. And now you have Jaro, who will try to cross.
No one there.
And Barrow has possession. And so now Broussard will try to get it through to Roussel. He is there and beats Sandoval to the corner, and now pass inside, and Barrow is wide open, and he gets a shot, and he scores! Beautiful job right there by the first half goalkeeper. Josh Barrow comes in and scores the go-ahead goal to make it 2-1.
With the assist by Corbin Roussel.
And that was just something that was just played from when they got the ball from Sandoval on the defensive. It was well played, just simple 1-2 passes, find that outside person, and then find someone that was in the middle. As soon as we could see it, no Gator was open, and he simply just finds the outside of the net. That was beautiful. That was such a great call and such a great build-up by Dutchtown, coming from all the way from the defensive end to offensive end. And great job for Barrow for playing two positions tonight and being a big key person in both positions.
You knew, Jolie, if I said it enough, you know what I was trying to do? I was trying to jinx it. I said, here's another 0-0, and now all of a sudden it's 2-1. We have 3 years of scoring in about 25 minutes. And so Dutchtown takes the lead.
Still a lot of game to be played.
And they're at the halfway point in Denham, and the score remains 1-1 on the girls' side, Dutchtown versus Denham Springs. Now, if the symmetry keeps up, Dutchtown should score soon, but you never know.
Not if the men in the black and gold can do something about it.
And,
great opportunity.
Yes, indeed.
Man, I wish they could have come back on that one as soon as I said that.
And Manchester.
4-3.
Yes. So goes high, flies away a little bit into the night. 27 minutes in, Dutchtown leads 2-1. We were scoreless at halftime, and 3 goals scored here in the second
One
half.
Opportunity. I always said that. One opportunity can change a game, and it's definitely changed the motto for Dutchtown in the second half because of the fact that they have been having more offensive possession because of they can see they can do it. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of do we go, do we not, you know, in the first half, and now they're like, you know what? Oh well, I want to win. Like it was gang ho from defense to offense, such a beautiful welled up, team collective effort right there. And then for Barrow, the starting goalkeeper, I'm still a little shook by it. Like I'm like, he just put that ball away so beautifully. It's a great game.
Yes, it is. And, it's senior night, and he started in goal because that's been his traditional position on this team. He's spent 4 years doing that, but, of course, he's also an offensive threat, as you just saw. And so that's kind of why he got the tribute start tonight, but then he comes back on offense and scores in the second half. And it's 2-1 with 12 minutes left to go in this contest. And if we do have a winner here, they take a commanding position in district play with just a match with Denham, perhaps keeping them from a district title. And speaking of Denham, the girls scored, and now they lead Dutchtown 2-1. There's a header wide. So Dutchtown's girls have some work to do. We talked about last week how Coach Jared Moss has not lost or tied in district play, and now more than halfway through the second half, and they trail 2-1. So that's an unusual position.
And I want to see this replay because of the fact that Braxton Trabo has been someone for Sandoval, his 4 years of playing soccer, that literally puts his body on the line, just head flick and things like that. I'm someone that had 4 concussions in soccer, so I had to wear a headgear, and he does things like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I would have been out. My doctor told me, I hope you know how to play chess. And here comes Caden Manchester right here for Sandoval. And
Lawless. And it's going to be a corner kick.
That's something I'm loving about Dutchtown right now. They're staying with the play.
Yeah.
They're not getting, swept up with the happy feet, I love to call it, or, the explosive skills that Sandoval has right now. But it's another corner. This is going to be, their third corner of this half, and we got to see if they can at least attempt getting inside the box and somebody putting, a body on it and into the goal. But Dutchtown right now is just playing phenomenal defense.
And Padron gets the line drive in, and a nice defensive job. And I believe that was Austin Wilson with the block. And I want to credit Preston Springer, who saved the day earlier. He was the reason why you had the 2 corner kicks, but he had good defense, and he was able to maintain his spot on his on the offensive players.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's any little thing right now for Dutchtown. It's kind of you're going to see Dutchtown have a little bit more explosive on defense because they're looking up at the neon lights over here and seeing 2-1. So it's going to have a little bit more driven on defense and things like that. Sandoval right now on offense just needs to come together and stop building up in the middle, because that's where you're going to find Dutchtown's defense. Find middle, find out, and have somebody making a through ball in between their 3-back system right now on Dutchtown. But honestly, I mean, it's just been such a fair game the second half, so back and forth and so just everywhere. This is why I've always loved boys soccer. They just make it look so fun and fast. I think that's why I always loved it. Just how fast they can get off a ball or just, get a ball back. That's something I always enjoyed.
And now here's an opportunity for Corbin Roussel, and he will just let it go and take up a little bit of time right there as they have the lead 2-1. In the second half, you started with the own goal by Sandoval that gave Dutchtown the 1-0 lead. Then a penalty kick from Manchester tied it at 1, but Dutchtown took the lead with a shot from Caleb Barrow, and that's where we are right now as they get it into the box. And here's an opportunity and a whistle.
And it's actually going to be a little – I don't see the side AR, so it looks like a little push-off. I didn't see the side AR raised it, so I don't know if it's push-off or offsides.
Let's see what you can see here.
The only thing I can see is everybody's in line. So we're just going to say –
I don't know.
Turfmeister, I don't know. Yeah.
So 32 minutes in. So 7:45 left to go, and Carroll will do the honors.
And he's simply just telling everybody up. I mean, boys goalkeepers can definitely kick the ball 40 yards, in the air. And you want your team up. You're winning. You don't want a simple dumb pass to be, what Sandoval can equalize it. So get it up. Have it, something on the other side of the field happen.
This is Carl Roussel, who just came in.
Offsides right there.
And there's the offsides. You see the flag on the far side. Came up right away, and so another minute has elapsed. And that's what Dutchtown's trying to do, play minute by minute here. Run some clock. Keep Sandoval from getting a good look at the goal, and if they can do that, they can come out on top. But Sandoval loves to apply offensive pressure, and here they come. 2-1, Dutchtown with the lead. And there's Manchester getting it over to Lawless, trying that right corner. Arondi on defense.
Beautifully job. Good job. Make sure to tell him that tomorrow.
I will. I'll probably see him. He likes to pay a visit to ISS every now and then. And for not for trouble, which is a good thing.
Just to come speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
I got to know him a couple of years ago.
And another corner right there for Sandoval. That sets up to be their fourth one. Let's see if Micah Curtini can put something on this ball to get it inside the box and have a Sandoval Gator get a piece of it.
And it gets through and a header.
Way through.
And that's wide.
Another 3 points.
Yes, and so now another minute runs off the clock, and so we're now inside of 6 minutes.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking the center AR, anytime the ball goes out like that, with it being less than 10 minutes, he's actually going to pause the time. And then we see a Sandoval player is actually cramping right now, Caleb Wilkins, and just This is what I love to see, a Dutchtown player helping a Santa Maria player out with a cramp. It's all because they know each other. This is great sportsmanship in the AP, and I'm very proud of both of them, and all three of them, working together.
That's Josh Thibodeau, one of the senior leaders of this team, and giving the thumbs up. I think he knew where the camera was.
Yeah, they know exactly.
And so this will be added to stoppage time. So another minute has run off the clock, but that's going to be another minute that will be added.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially they normally add minutes in the second half because that is the determination of a game, in most points. So definitely if any little injury or any little thing happens, it's definitely going to be added. And as we can see, Santa Maria is just trying anything and everything to come up with the equalizer or, something to get them momentum because their only goal has been come on a PK.
And so that's blocked by Dutchtown. Gets inside, though, and there's a chance and a save as a shot on goal from Maddox Parker, and Brady Carroll stays home.
Look at this replay. Beautifully done. Caden Manchester just simply puts it up, and then Maddox was there. I think it kind of went off the backside of Trabo, though.
Yeah.
And then Maddox got that deflection from him.
And there's a nice ball inside, but cannot keep a hold of it was Owen Fletcher. And now Santa Maria tries to get possession, and there's a Rondi trying to get it back over to Fletcher, and he's in the corner, and they will play.
Offsides.
And there's the whistle. And so another minute has elapsed. So now we're down inside of 4 minutes, but we know we're going to get at least over 1 minute of stoppage time.
Yeah, and the center AR just stopped the clock too again because of the fact that number 40 for Dutchtown right there just simply Owen Fletcher kicked the ball off after he got an offside. So instead of getting a yellow card, he stopped the time, which that could affect Dutchtown, at the end. So always smart people that are listening that play soccer. Don't get crazy with the last 5 minutes if you're winning.
Right.
Keep up the momentum, keep the pressure, but don't get crazy on simple little fouls or anything else to make your team have to go, you receive a red card and be a man down.
Yeah.
Just keep playing the game. You're winning the game, so y'all must be doing something right. You know what I mean? So right now we're just going to see Dutchtown kind of waste a lot of time, kind of just simply go find the corners, have the ball in the air, things like that. That's kind of the winning mentality. If you're winning a game, keep possession, run the clock out.
And great job by Springer.
Loses
it, and it's going to be a throw-in as another minute has elapsed. And it's
actually going to be a Santa Maria throw-in. Center AR is saying it, and the ball is not around, so I promise you he stopped the watch again.
Yep. So we have 2.5 minutes, but we probably got a couple minutes beyond that. So we're probably about 5 minutes or so perhaps left to play. Just completely unscientific analysis right there. But you see Fuentes chasing it, and now Santa Maria will set up. And Dutchtown, this is where your defense, which is what they love to play, we'll see if they can save the day again. And they're going to try to get the through ball over, and here's an opportunity from Trabo, I believe, but he lost his handle, saves it in a corner, and they're going to say keep possession. Now it's a throw-in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's either a throw-in or a goal kick right there. We'll see what they say. As we can see, he hustles right there to save the ball from that, and then it just goes out with too much. Not enough real estate for the Gators at that end.
And so you called it correctly. Brady Carroll will have a goal kick, and you see clock is stopped on the field, or on the scoreboard. It's being kept on the field. So we're probably inside of 2. We're definitely inside of 2 minutes, close to probably a minute in regular time.
Yeah.
There's still stoppage time. Player hits the ground, and we move on. Rondi getting it downfield, trying to get it to Russo. This is what you saw earlier on the go-ahead goal, and knocked away by
very nice job by Sandoval in the defense for coming together. Leo Fuentes and Braden Thrower for Sandoval, just because of the fact that that's how you were scored on the last time. So way to come back and be, strong for your team with the last 3 minutes left.
So we are approaching stoppage time now, and we anticipate a couple of minutes at least. And now Roussel chasing it again. He just came in off the bench, so he's got a little bit of he's got some new tires out there.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly when you want to put the fresh legs in. Nobody from the Sandoval's defense has been out this half. That has been a straight, sprint and a marathon, I like to say, in this half, because, they gave up, the first goal very early. Then they gave up the second goal with, 13 minutes after that almost. So it's been a straight sprint for Sandoval's defense today.
Yeah, and Roussel got the assist in the go-ahead goal, which could be the deciding goal if Dutchtown can hold on, as time will elapse here. They probably stop it for a moment as they get the ball out. But we are definitely in stoppage time now, so probably a minute or two left on the field. So Sandoval probably playing for the tie at this point. Dutchtown probably for the win or the tie. Of course, they would prefer the win, but it's not going to come easy, as here's an opportunity for Springer. Contact, and it's going to go back to the Gators, and they're going to try Parker, who will try to center it. And Arandi's going to come up with it, and they're just going to waste a little bit of time here.
Yeah, absolutely. If I was Arandi, I would simply go straight to that corner or hold it, find a pass, or
through ball, and
find somebody in the middle and see
Springer,
what you can do.
And it's blocked. This could be a corner kick.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job right there with just simply playing the ball and playing, each other. This has been a total change of Dutchtown players from the first half to this. First half, they couldn't really find their spacing, couldn't really find it. Then all of a sudden, after that own goal, sparks. They have been so creative and so collective in this half that it's been such a joy to see the difference. And then, right here on this corner, which they're so deadly at, great job by Leo Fuentes for getting it out. See what Sandoval can do to kind of counteract Dutchtown having such sparks on this offensive threat in this, late spur of the game.
And so Arandi trying to get a shot on goal, and he does off the chin of Thrower, but he gets to it, and maybe this is one last opportunity for Sandoval to try to tie this game, as we are late into stoppage time. And it's cleared. Springer trying to get there, and now here they get it over to Springer. In open space, Springer is going to go off of him.
And that's going to be a Sandoval, Sandoval throw. So definitely a few more minutes. I'm keep looking at the center AR, and he hasn't indicated about anything having like a minute or two left. He keeps continuing to look at his watch. So I want to say it's right at a minute and a half, because he would have already put his hand up if it was 2 or 1.
All right. So Sandoval has to do something here to try to tie this. And an attempt, and it's blocked and cleared by Dutchtown. And now you have a race, and it's going to go all the way to the goalkeeper. Thrower will get it over to Fuentes. And he'll try to get it inside. Good block there. I believe that's Smith. And now getting it back in.
And great job by Dutchtown. They're just placing themselves perfectly to stop anything that Sandoval is trying to give right now. And simple just finding spaces that you can see that a Sandoval player is at, and just diverting it to where they can't even get a piece of the ball.
Maybe a handball there, and there's
Game
a
over.
whistle, and it's over, and Dutchtown gets the first victory in this series in the regular season in a while. They defeat Sandoval 2-1 on a game-winning goal late in the second half from Josh Barrow. We're going to take a break and wrap things up. Dutchtown with the win. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Gators JV game.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Advantage Physical Therapy, SEC Heating and Cooling, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing Buick GMC, Hollis Orthodontics, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffin's Sports Medicine Program.
And we're back. Our final score, 2-1. It was scoreless at the half, and we were commenting on how these teams never score in the regular season, and then we had an explosion. Santa Maria gave up an own goal to give Dutchtown a 1-0 lead. Then they got it back on the equalizer from Manchester, and then Josh Barrow got the game winner off of an assist from Corbin Russo. As you see, Coach Marcus Dyer right there congratulating everybody and thanking the officials. And a big win for Marcus Dyer. And when Marcus Dyer needs a win in a big situation, he usually gets it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he just knows how to get his team ready. I mean, you can see it over and over again. They have been, state contenders, getting there and producing. And I love tonight hearing about Dutchtown seniors for this team, and almost every single one of them, their favorite memory is beating Catholic, last year and the year before to get to state championships. And that's something that Dutchtown has over Santa Maria. They've been in big games. They've been in bigger games that they were actually losing and came back. The same thing as what they were doing tonight. You've never seen Dutchtown stop tonight. And that's something that has to be credited to those players for Dutchtown and Dutchtown's coach to keeping them going throughout 80 minutes of a game.
And we haven't heard the end of Santa Maria, as they're still number 3 in the state. And they're not going to drop very far because this is a loss to the number 6 team. So they're still in a great position. They still have a chance to get some good power points if they can beat Denham next week. So this is a team that's going to be heard from. Maybe one of the big differences is the senior leadership on this team. And I expect to hear a lot from them. And I expected to hear a lot from them last season, but the only problem was that Dutchtown and Santa Maria played too early.
Yeah, they had to face each other. Yeah, it's those little things. But I also want to give kudos to Coach Adrian and tonight and his gang. I mean, you never want to say, I lost to Dutchtown because of an own goal or any of those situations. But just the sense of what they've done in this last month as a group with such big potential and things like that. I mean, he has 22 seniors on the team. How do you play 22 seniors and keep them motivated and keep them productive? And that's something that Coach Adrian Garcia at Santa Maria High is so great at, because of the fact that, tonight it could have went any kind of way. And I'm just excited that I got to do this with Rev tonight, because it was a phenomenal second half to watch and to witness and things like that. And I'm very excited about these upcoming, Rev games with Santa Maria versus EA Girls Soccer Saturday at 11 a.m. I laugh because, Jeff, you were like, oh, it's going to be so cold. This is soccer. Just put on, a big sweater and come sit in the press box like what we're doing today, and it's going to be great. And then, our basketball, and you can kind of touch on those.
And like you said, though, on Saturday at 11, that's going to be our regular season finale for you and me, and we'll be back in the postseason for girls and boys soccer. But next week, I'll be out there with Coach Swack on the 25th for Santa Maria at EA girls basketball. Then Jimmy Frederick's going to come back in the fold and join Coach Swack on the 2nd for Dutchtown at Santa Maria boys basketball. One bit of bad news tonight to broadcast for the AP. Dutchtown's girls lost to Denham Springs by a score of 2-1. So the girls fall one game back in district, and Jared Moss lost his first district game in his career at Dutchtown High School. But our final here, Dutchtown defeats Santa Maria 2-1. I'd like to thank Jolie for everything that you bring and for all your help. I'd like to thank all of our camera operators, Andre Chapoy, Courtney Lawrence, Jake Voisin, and Will Mullenberg for all of your help. The producer back home, Lyle Boudreau, and our director in-house, Nolan Wagaspack. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to all of our audience who watched this game. Again, our final score, Dutchtown 2, Santa Maria 1. You have been watching the Rev Game of the Week.